A lot of new people today. Thank you for the people who introduce themselves. So some of you may not know what is UI Suite. UI Suite, it's a community and a set of modules, and we are doing two jobs. The first job is to add a new YAML definition into a Drupal theme. Today in Drupal theme, you can add a plugin discovery, YAML definition for UI component with SDC, for icon packs with a new icon API from Core, for also breakpoints and layouts. But we miss some of the design implementation. So we have modules like UI styles and UI skin who are proposing those formats. One of our goals is to move those formats to Core, of course, with some changes. We will talk about that today. But that's not all. We are also doing a second job, is to connect those plugins, those YAML discovery, to Drupal API. Because today, the display builders of Drupal, block layouts, layout builder, manage display, views, CK editor 5, but also page manager from the country, paragraph from the country, everything, they need some plugins to be able to build the display. And so we are converting the plugin from the theme to the plugin for the display builders. So two different jobs. But we hope the third job will disappear soon. So let's start. As you know, we have the goal of moving our most important part to Drupal Core. And we have 5 very important issues on the core issue queue. We are proposing to add a style API to manage from Drupal Core the style utilities, the class utilities, the helpers, but also the theme and mode switcher. So if you know UI Suite, it's more or less UI styles and a bit of UI skin. We are also proposing to Drupal Core an API for design tokens for CSS variables. We will talk about that later. And then we have 3 other issues, very important, to allow SDC to define form element, to allow Drupal Core to resolve schema references, and to add a form element for icons. So if we success delivering those 5 issues to Drupal 11.3, that means we can consider Drupal as a design system native. We will have all the foundation, all the low-level scope to have a design system native CMS. So when we are talking about core, we are talking about a lot of API, and most of them are not in modules. They are in the core subsystem, and they cover a big part of Drupal core. So it's very interesting as a job. But before talking about core, let's talk a bit about us. So we have a new branding. Thanks a lot, K-Tech. The agency K-Tech from Germany worked on the branding and delivered it. So now we have new icons, we have a new color palette, and we are currently changing our different media to fit the branding. And there was a few events. The 12th of July, Dan did a talk in Drupal Asheville camp, and it was a very nice talk. We were very happy to see someone covering UI Suite like that, and we have shared with our community. So I know Dan is here. So hello.
Hello.
And don't hesitate to do the talk again, and we can also provide insight if you want for next talks.
Sure.
I did a talk in Drupal the 14th of July. It's my second one. The first one was 1.5 years ago. The first one was very successful. It was the 11th most popular show on the channel. So I hope the second one will be successful too. So don't hesitate to have a look. We are talking about a lot of things, including Drupal CMS, site template, Drupal Core, design system, and of course, UI suite. UI pattern. So we are preparing a big release. It was targeted for today, but it will be in the next days. Big release. And for the next release, we want to change the strategy and to do smaller release. Because today we have 1 week, one release by month with like 15 issue fixed. Now we want to do 2 or 3 releases a month and ship more often and ship more quickly. There is a big subject going on now. So I put an issue here. It's about wording, layout and wording, about user experience. It's not the only issue. There was other issue before, and also it's something we talk about a lot in Slack. The UX of our form, of the component form, we know it's a bit too complex. Sometimes it's not clear enough, but it's okay because we have a lot of opportunity to improve it. We have the right architecture to do stuff, to fix stuff. So everything you can propose, everything we can decide together can make the form better. And also it will benefit our display builder because the side panel of display builder is the component form of UI pattern. Then we are still planning 2 feature release, 2.1 and 2.2, but we will talk more about that next month. We got also a new module in the ecosystem. Edouard will show it the next time. It was not available today, but it's exciting because it's connecting the SDC plugin to the behavior plugin of Paragraph. About Icon API, is Jean with us?
Yes, hello.
Yeah. Hello, Jean.
How are you?
We are fine, very fine, and always happy to talk about icon packs.
Yeah, icon. Well, not a lot of things happening around icons. Just a funny fact, we can say. It's like Experience Builder Design is using the Icon API now that the Icon API is in core. So they are using it for a small number of icons, but that's a good start to see new theme out of UI suite theme using the Icon API.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Something else something more to say? No. So
no,
it seems we have a.
Congratulations for the 700 usage mark.
Yeah, it seems we have a bunch of usage. That's great. And the good part is not a lot of bugs. So more people are using and no bugs are discovered. So that's pretty great. That's the most important for me. Less bugs as possible. And so next step is with the next slide with the putting the form element, trying to extract the form element from icon UI icons in core directly. I didn't have much time to look at it. Problem is there is a bit of work to make the form element a bit cleaner from the one in UI icons, but we will try to do it.
Yeah, it will be wonderful.
11.3. Yeah. If anyone wants to help, there is already a form element in UI icons. We just have to make it clean and have the tests moved in Drupal core as well around the form element, and that's it.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but as you tell, there are difficulties, and it will be very good to do it for October because there is a release window. I don't know when the release window will close, but if we can finish the merge request in October, I think we will be on time. UI style and UI skin, Florent?
Yes. So currently on the country modules, no movement, no additional changes, but we are preparing the integration of the APIs into Core. I don't know if it is in the next slide or not, but yeah, we think about two issues, one about styles for UI styles, but also for the themes of UI skins, light or dark, because it will share the same mechanism. So we benefit, we use the occasion to go into Core to improve the APIs. And so the second issues will be only for CSS variables and potentially also extended to design tokens.
Indeed. So I can talk a bit about this design token stuff.
Yes, go.
Design token is, it's like a buzzword. We talk a lot about that in the design system community. At first, we were not very comfortable about dealing with design token because the tokens are in build time. So you can define them. The designers are able to define them. They can extract them from the design tool, and then it can be used by the front developer when he's building the implementation. So you can think a design token as a Figma variable and also as a SAS variable for the front developer. But it's more than that because design tokens are defined in a format which is not a web format. That means it can be shared also outside of the web to Windows development, Qt development, iOS, Android, Mac development, all this kind of stuff. But us, we don't care about the Figma, the designer's tool, and the non-web implementation. We care about what is happening in CSS. We care about the web platform already built. And design tokens, they are used and resolved everywhere. You have them in the style of the component, in the style utilities, in the different mode switching. If I go to dark and light, for example, I play with my tokens, but they are not really, they are already resolved and they are not something we can manipulate at runtime. However, we agree that CSS variable are a subset of a design token exposed at runtime. So if we build a manager of design token, it will help us to both keep a standard format, the format people are already using in upstream, and also expose CSS variables. So for that, we are in contact with Mateu. Mateu is a creator of SDC, and he did a prototype called Design Tokens. So the idea is to use the design token standard format from W3C to describe the token in the Drupal theme. But those tokens will be useful to generate the CSS variable and to manage the override of the CSS variable value. So it's a good start. And I believe what we will propose in Core will be a mix between UI skin and this prototype. Is it clear? Someone ask question? Okay, we can talk after the meeting. So as we said last week, the scope between our module is getting blurry between UI style and UI skin, but it's getting blurry for the good reason, because what we will propose to core will not be a copy-paste of UI Suite. It will be a bit the same as UI Pattern 1 and SDC. SDC was looking a lot like UI Pattern 1, very similar, but better. Because by moving the concept, moving the API to core, it's the best opportunity we can have to do things the better way, based on our many years of experience. So, for example, for the style API, we can merge utilities and mods in a single format. We can generalize the extension of other attributes, not only classes. For the CSS variable, we can use a standard format. That's what I told you before. And we can also easily introduce something we were not able to do before, the component token. That means CSS variable bound to components, ADC component. So when we say, oh, let's propose UI Suite to core, it's not a simple copy-paste. It's not like something we want to push. It's something we want to rethink, something we want to develop to have the best proposal for core. And of course, we offer a drush command for conversion to your new format. So if you are already using the UI Suite format, don't worry, it will be convertible. Okay, let's talk about this builder now. Jean, you want to present us?
Yeah, so a bunch of works. It's in the Alpha 2. A little reminder of what this builder is.
Yeah, if you want. Maybe everybody
just,
knows, but
yeah, it's just we are trying to put a UX tool on top of UI Suite, UI patterns, and the UI Suite themes to replace and provide a more modern building tools in Drupal, which is something Drupal is lacking. So there is different projects going on, and we have our own project relying a lot on what is done with UI patterns and the existing UI Suite theme. So the goal is to provide a unified UX to be able in Drupal to manage display everywhere on the same way. Everywhere it can be done. So that's it, with an integration, of course, with UI icons, UI styles, UI skins, a smooth integration. So some people came from to help on the project, fixing some issue, which is great. We still have a lot of stuff to do, but it's going pretty well. Mixed team, and with people who I think are believing it could be a good product. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice because we have a lot of agencies. Nearly everybody is coming from different agencies, so we can see it's a community-driven initiative.
So the Alpha Tri is going to be shipped very soon with some new features, a lot of fixes, and the new features are pretty exciting. With the Alpha 3, we started to implement some tests, very minimal tests, but at least it started some end-to-end testing, which is great because our UX is very JavaScript based, and we need to be sure it's working. And it's very flexible, and it can be configured. So we have a lot of tests to be sure everything is working fine. So we started on the end-to-end testing first for the JavaScript. We started a bit on some unit test, kernel test for entity view display, because there have been a big refactoring of the entity view and the views layout and the page layout submodule integration module. Someone refactored everything to make it more nicer. We have some diagram about that, I think, somewhere.
Not in the slides. I forgot.
You forgot to put the diagram. That's a shame. So yeah, so that's Pierre Dureau, the famous programmer, that started it. And I've done pretty much everything on that side. So that's it. On the feature side, we still have just for entity view display an annoying bug with Ajax, a mix between Ajax, Drupal Ajax API and HTMX, which is a bit annoying, but when it's fixed, we will go very forward. So what that? Oh yeah, we have a documentation. Oh yeah, we introduced a nice documentation made by Mr. Pierre Durand. Mostly, I'm just doing some fixes on the back and updating some images. So now we have a nice documentation.
Yes, and the documentation, you can get it from the project page if you click on documentation link.
Yep.
So what's new in Alpha 3?
So now we have the islands are configurables. So what we call the islands, it's the different parts of the builder itself. We decided to split in different parts. We call it islands just because we needed a name. So each part can be enabled or disabled. Now it can be done by even on different what we call profile. I create a profile for my display builder. On the profile, I have all my islands I can show or not, because we really want a flexible UX where you can even have some people just to review what you've done that cannot do any change, people that can do some small changes, and of course, power user that can have all the islands available to do a lot of stuff. And of course, islands are plugins, so any other module can add its own island. We are just providing so the plugin interface, the plugin configurable interface now, and an enum to decide where you want to put your island. But they are very switchable, most of them, which is pretty nice. You can end up with some crazy setup.
Let's do a demo. I will do a demo.
A demo of what? Of the configuration?
Configuration island.
Okay, go on.
So this is a new, totally new Drupal core I've just installed with with display builder, UI pattern, and I will activate, for example, UI Suite Bootstrap. And then if I go to my display builders, you know, I can have many profiles, and the profile can be bound, as Jean just tell you, that can be bound to roles thanks to the permission system. So you can, for example, create a new profile only for the marketing contributors. And then in your profile, you can choose only the island, so the interface part you want. But the new stuff, which is very nice, it's now the island are configurable. For example, if I go to here and I do a demo, I will do a demo here. So I have a beautiful display builder. And if I do some changes, I will put a component here and then another component here. And then you see I have my island to manage the history with undo and redo. And I can configure it. And now I have a clear button to clear the history. So this mechanism was added, and now it's available on for any plugin who can implement it. So, for example, we have something very cool. We are configuring which component are available according to providers, so module and theme, and according to the status from the SDC definition. And for example, let's do a demo with block. I'm here. I see my block library. I have a lot of blocks. If I remove everything but views, I have only my views block and announcement. I don't know why. Let's have a look. Yeah, because I forgot to remove it, so it works. I remove announcement. And I have only my views. So that means you can create as many profiles as you want. You can bond your profile to the roles. And you can, for each profile, you can choose the island available. So you are building the interface. You are building the experience of the user. You can reorder the island as you want, and you can configure them as you want. And so this is replacing a lot of potential modules from the ecosystem. You know, the layout builder ecosystem is crazy. And for example, what I told you is replacing layout builder restriction and layout builder restriction by role by just configuring the island. What do you think about that? It's cool, no? Someone ask a question?
Yes. No, it is cool. It is cool.
Cool. Okay, so now we are open to suggestion, and we can add a configuration to other island, and we can build the display of everything. And so don't hesitate. Who is already playing with display builder here? Let's have a look. Okay, a few. Okay, let's share. Okay, other stuff, very nice stuff from the display builder is page layout. So now you can build the full page layout from directly with the display builder. And we have introduced a new config entity. So this will be a demo too. You go to page layout here, and you can add as many page layout as you want. For now, let's have a look. Let's go here to the, okay, I don't have front, I don't know why. It's a demo effect. Maybe I need to clean my cache, but it's anyway, let's build it. Okay, because I didn't build it, so of course. So I will build here my Bootstrap page layout. So I will keep it things very simple. I will do an alert. All my page will be an alert. With the page title will be in the heading. And the main content will be in the message, and everything else will be after that. And my alert, of course, will be a beautiful success alert. And as you do it, and I save. And so now my page is an alert. So it's really the replacing page.html.twig and the region from the theme. But also, I can go back to my admin UI. I can go to page layout. I can create a new page layout will be for example, for the user pages. Here, I will set the condition. So those are condition plugin, and you can know it's the same you have in Pathoto, the same you have in blocks, and you can add as many condition plugin as you want. Of course, you can pick your profile too, according to your permission. So you can open this to the contributor, for example. You save. Oh, shit. Demo effect. Let's see if it's saved. It didn't save. But you got the ID. We didn't ship Alpha 3 yet. We will ship it very soon. It's Alpha 3 scope. So you got the ID. You can set specific page layout for specific condition. So this is very powerful. This is replacing block layout. but also this is fallbacking on block layout. I mean, if you have many page layout here, but your page is meeting none of the condition, at the end, block layout will be loaded. So we believe a lot on this proposal because we are fixing many issues. You know, core block layout, you can manage only one page, and every page will be the same. Of course, you can manage condition on blocks, but that's not very powerful. Or block or context sensitive, that's nice, but you are not building in a preview, you are building from admin UI, and you are using the theme region, we are very rigid, and who are a mess, a pain to deal with. And the UX is simple, but a bit too old. Page Manager from Contrib is fixing many things. You can create many pages. You still have context-sensitive block. You are building in preview. If you use the builder, that's very nice. But you are still constrained by the theme region, and the UX is very, very complex. Experience Builder is also shipping this feature, but it's you are sending component to some theme region. So it's going another way, and it's not answering the needs we expressed. And our display builder, the demo I show you, you can manage many pages, you keep the context-sensitive block, you are building everything in preview, you are using the theme region only as a fallback, so normally never. And the UX, as you can see, is very, very simple. You have a simple form with condition, and you are building your stuff. So we are very excited about that. We will tell you on the UI Suite initiative channel when Alpha 3 will be released. And I hope you will test it. I hope you will enjoy it. And you will also be excited for the next release, Alpha 4, which will be the last release with features. That means with Alpha 4, we will be feature complete. We will add breakpoints and the viewport switcher management, real-time collaboration. This is crazy. This is very, very crazy. We will show you a demo next month. Two people can edit the same build display and have in real time the change of the other one. And of course, content display override, like layout builder override, you know, you will be able to build your own display from a node, content entity, or user content entity, paragraph content entity, from anything. So Alpha 4 will be the celebration because we will be feature complete. Then we will have Beta 1 in 1 month. Beta 1, it will be full test coverage. That means everything will be covered by unit, kernel, and functional test. So if you want to start seriously to experiment with Display Builder and maybe to use it, to start to use it in some project, if you have the adventurous spirit, it will be after Beta 1. And then we are targeting RC1 for mid-October for Drupal Core Entity, and RC will mean no blocking bug anymore. So we are still on track on our initial calendar, and we hope we will keep tracking it. Okay, let's talk about a bit theming. Bootstrap 5 was released, Florent?
Yes, sorry. Yes, again, a few activity, mainly to keep in touch with some core change and core compatibility with 11.2 to ensure we don't have fatal errors, etc. Also with recent changes in UI icons UI, but mainly very few stuff remaining in Bootstrap as general. A few stuff still in the dev version, but I'm waiting potentially if it's okay for people, if they don't found any kind of bugs, maybe I will do maybe a last beta. Yeah, so I'm waiting a few core changes potentially and to go into stable, and the remaining stuff for Bootstrap 5 will be SDC form and better UI skins, CSS variables management, and this theme will be complete for me.
Congratulations. After
3 years.
4 years, 3 years, 3 years.
3, 4, I don't remember exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
okay. What a work. What a crazy work. But it's the best Bootstrap team on
Thank you.
Drupal.org. So congratulations.
Thank you.
For DSFR, so there was some new stuff too this month, but we just want to warn the communities, and now we will change the numbering system, and we will number according to the upstream numbering. So if you are a DSFR user, a US DSFR user, don't be surprised. Our next version will be the 1.14 instead of the 1.2. If you want to add some implementation of design system in Drupal.org for the contrib, then please reach us. We have a few ideas, we have a few proposals, we have starting some work. You can catch up. On the community side, let's finish with that. One of the next meetings we attend is Drupal Camp Spain. Matteo will do a talk about SDC, so it was going there. I will go personally, and maybe I will meet some of you there. And of course, there is DrupalCon Vienna, where we will release this builder, where we will meet, and we are very excited to be there. And we have 2 talks, one already validated and one in waiting list. So we hope it will be the big event of the year, of course, for European community. Slack channel is still going, yeah, always big success. Thank you, everybody. And Michael will upload the video and share the report soon. Okay. So someone want to ask something? Someone to have a question? Maybe there was less subject this month, but some complicated one, like what we want to do in core, what we are doing in display builder. Okay, nobody? In 3 years, it will be our first talk without questions. So I'm wondering, is it because it was so clear, or is it because there is nothing to share?
Maybe a call for commentainers. I don't know.
Yeah, call for commenters. Maybe. Thank you, Florent. Yes, especially. Okay, not only commenters. I will share a slide again. This is so important. Those 5 tasks, Drupal 11.3 are so important. And we need someone to allow schema references in SDC Prof Schema. It will be very useful for Experience Builder too. It will be useful for anybody using SDC on Drupal. It's one of the core mechanism, most important mechanism, and it's missing. It's crazy. So if someone wants to take the issue, I can do the mentorship. And also for design token and CSS variable, it's on you, Florent, but you are already on form element and style. So if anybody is excited about this work and want to join, we will start soon and we want to deliver in October. But I guess when you were talking about call to maintainer, you are talking also about our modules, our theme.
Exactly.
Yeah, so don't hesitate. On display builder, we always welcome hands. On UI pattern, we have planned for next releases. We have also an issue queue. And so if you want to participate, we are an open community and a very welcoming community.
I forget that also, especially about UI styles, UI skins, UI examples. So yes, UI examples is very small, but there is still a few bug report or feature requests that needs to be addressed. And also UI styles and UI skins, by as we are focused on the core issues, they do not move a lot, but they can still move on stuff that will not be put in core, so we still be useful for their next version.
Rajab asked if we have a big list of new UI suite IDs. No, we don't, because all our big IDs are already started, implemented, covered by issues. There is only one who put a bit aside. It's the animation and transition API. It's a part of the design system we are not covering, but let's put it aside until next year. So everything we need to address, it's already covered by issues and public AI context. Yes. Okay, mini question. So first, Rajab. Yes, I forgot about AI. You know, I'm not an AI guy. Yes, we are just starting about AI. I know some of us have already experimented with, but it's I don't know what they are doing exactly. And if you want to jump on the wagon, if you want to be in contact with people interesting about AI, you are welcome. In a perfect world, what we can do with AI will be directly with Core API. I will not want to have AI on the UI Suite API, because our idea is to improve the Drupal theming, the Drupal core, not to build our own ecosystem. But still, I don't know. It's not my specialty. And ECA, we love ECA. If there is something to do, with pleasure. If you have some proposal about ECA, just to share the proposal, we can talk about that. And Monet asked if animation transition are part of variables. Not really. We are not talking about animation inside the component, which can be, of course, tweaked by CSS variable at runtime, like changing the speed, changing the trigger and everything. We are talking about component-to-component transition or page transition. There is some API now where you can change the page and you will have an animation changing the page. For example, you have a wall of cards, you click on the card will get bigger, and while the animation of the card getting bigger is executed, the browser is replacing the page, and when the animation is finished, you have the new page. So you have the feeling that the card took the page. This is very interesting, and this is an API where we need to describe this animation in the Drupal theme as YAML, because they are implementing in CSS, but you need to know they exist, and you need to define them in YAML. And then you use them in Drupal UI by saying, okay, from this context to this context, I will have this animation. with this condition. If I go back from any page to the front page, I will go a roll-up animation, for example. This is what we call the animation and transition API. Next year, next summer. Other question? Okay, great. So we are on time. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a big meeting. We were at least 22, maybe more. I didn't follow. Next month, it will be crazy because next month we will be feature complete to Display Builder. We will do a lot of demo, real-time contribution, content, real-time collaboration, content contribution, a lot of stuff. So stay in touch for next month.